All right, all right, all right. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, wherever you're from. Salutations, everyone. I thank you so much for joining me once again. I appreciate you being here. So I had to make sure that I put on my bra to make sure that I present myself and be appropriate enough to present to others. Someone that I've known for quite a few years now. We actually attend the same church, the Christian Church at East Point, where Pastor Rand Burton Jr. is our pastor. So please make sure you check us out, whether you're in the Georgia area in person, or you can check us out virtually at cceeastpoint.com. So I just want to put that plug out there. But this next guest, he is a truck driver, and he's also the author of a book that he's wrote that I just found out about recently called Men Are Dumb. So we definitely got to get into that part, about what makes men so dumb and in his perspective, So we are definitely gonna dive into that. And he's also just all around just a gentleman, and we don't have people like him nowadays. So he's just a real. He seemed like he's like the traditional type of old fashioned dude. So I think you'll definitely will like him. So please join me in presenting Mr. Price McGraw, y'all.
I'm coming up. I'm pressing on. I'm getting on. I'm in I'm coming up. I'm pressing on. I'm getting over it. I'm in
And there he is, Price McGraw in the building.
Hey, how you doing?
Yes. How are you, Mr.
Oh,
Brother Price?
good, good. Everything's
Oh,
good.
oh, I didn't know you had a dog.
Yeah. He loves sitting outside, watching people go back and forth. So
Oh, okay. That's nothing
yeah,
wrong with that. It's not the one with having no, like I said before, fur babies are good companions. So that's
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. But thank you again for being here. I was telling the
Oh yeah.
audience about how much of a gentleman you are, So I want to get more into those values as well when we get into that state, into that. So I try to make sure that when I do my interviews with people, I try to be as chronological as possible. I try to establish
Mm-hmm.
a timeline. So I really want to get into where you get your old fashioned values from, the chivalrous values that you have. I want to, see where that comes from. So I'm looking forward to getting that from you. All right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
now, were you born and raised in Georgia?
Oh no, Detroit, Michigan.
Oh yeah, right, right, right. Yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. What up though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What up, though?
Yeah. So you came from some rough streets. I've never been to Detroit personally, but I've
Yeah.
heard some things because I've interviewed with quite a few people that came from Detroit as well. And
Yeah.
it's like the mecca of filmmaking nowadays because a lot of the actors and directors that I interviewed with so far are
Yeah.
from Detroit, or they're from like the east side of Detroit, or some of them on the west side, but like in the 7 Mile
Right.
area.
7, 8 mile. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I've had quite a few guests. So give me your background, Price. I really want to get more into your childhood. I want to get more into how you was able to navigate there as a child, not
Mm-hmm.
just because when did you move to Georgia?
I moved Georgia 2013.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
not that long ago. Okay.
No.
So yes. So you've been okay. So yes, I want to get more into your childhood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you have like humble beginnings? Was your childhood, well to do? Did you come from like a privileged background, or you say no? Yes. So yeah, give me some stuff. Wait, are you Brother Price? You having trouble holding your phone up? Do you have like a tripod or something, or something you can lean it up on? Because it looks like you're having a little trouble holding it up. Yeah, 'cause I don't want you to be doing that like the whole time we're speaking. You trying to
Okay.
okay,
That's-
see, there you go. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
we able to see your what you got going on back there. We get to see your lovely pictures of your family that we're gonna talk about. See, we get more of you, Price. There you go.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, but I want to get more into your childhood and where it all started for you. Did you come from a single parent household, two parent, siblings, cousins? I always try to get a picture, like I try to paint a picture of your memories. So give us some stuff. Give us some stuff about your childhood.
Um. Well, my father was in the picture for a little while, and then of course, things happen. So she messed around and um raised me and my two other sisters. and so
But
we just
I'm sorry about the price. One second. You said messed around, and what can you you know, can you
divorced.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. So they end up getting divorced. Yeah, um, yeah. So yeah. So the
It,
thing, yeah. So basically, that's why you never let people get too close to you because basically um, he did something that he shouldn't have did with to her best friend, and so by doing that,
oh,
yeah. So by
ooh,
doing that, yeah, yeah. So
the best
that
friend, not
caused.
not the best friend. Oh,
Yeah, the best friend. Yeah,
oh goodness.
yeah. So like you said, from originally from Detroit. I'm from the west side of Detroit. We end up moving to the east side, of Detroit, and that's we stayed with her girlfriend, and I guess he found out where she stayed at, and knocked on the door. She let him in, and one thing led to another, and so we end up going back uh, to um, to the west side, and so but um, after she did a good job as far as raising me and my two other sisters, by herself, so
Hmm.
yeah, so
So you were the only boy?
yeah, yeah, I'm only boy, yeah.
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 How far apart are you and your sisters? How many years apart?
I think we either 2 or 3 years apart from each other. I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest. Okay.
Yeah.
So so did you feel like, being that you had divorced parents, and how present was your father in your lives?
Um, I think I was probably maybe I think I probably in my teens when they finally messed around and got divorced, I guess. So it was probably maybe when I was 18, 19, 20 years old. My sister said, I know where you at. I really didn't care, but she said, "Come on, let's go over there." And so I went over there, and by me going over there, I kept going over there, every weekend, until the day he had passed. He really didn't want to, talk about, the past, but
Of course not.
yeah, he wanted to talk about the future, which, I tried to get, to get him to get back, there, but he wouldn't. So I just said, you know what, I just deal with this, So that's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah, because okay, because a couple of things, Price.
Hmm.
Because I want to kind of I want to dive just a little bit deeper into that,
Hmm.
because I know a lot of times when parents, when they live their lives a certain
Hmm.
way, and
Hmm.
as as a child at the time, or growing into adulthood,
Hmm.
a lot of times as years go by, I think they feel like as time goes by, they don't think that they need to be held accountable. And
Right.
I use that key word right there
Hmm.
when it comes to parents. When I hear these stories about
Hmm.
divorce, and and especially when it comes to fathers and the children's
Hmm.
lives, they tend to feel like the more time pass,
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
less likely
Yep.
I need to be
Yeah.
exempt from accountability. Like, oh, we just let the past go, and we're
Hmm.
gonna move on from here. But no, it's like you got to keep in mind your actions,
Yeah.
have consequences. You have your actions, and the way you treat your children, especially, they're going to be affected. And
Hmm.
you can't tell no one. Like, was your father the type to say, okay, let's just let the past go, let it go, it just happened and move on? It was that that was his mindset. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I
Yeah.
wanted to know. Okay. And how did that make you feel though? Because like I know you wanted answers, and I know you wanted
Yeah.
some type of, explanation. I mean, he didn't have to go deep, but just
Yeah.
enough to where at least you had the conversation. At least was he at least willing or open to talk about? No.
Yeah. Well, basically, basically what we did was, just we just sit there and talk, and somebody was passing down the street, we'd talk about that, you know what I mean? We we'd talk about the weather, anything dealing with that. But as far as trying to go back and talk about stuff like that, he wouldn't. he
He
wouldn't
wasn't.
even. Yeah, it wasn't a conversation because I think he felt, that yeah, he was happy what he had as far as me coming back and sitting there, because every week that I came there, over to his house, I see the smile on his face, like, I know I messed up, but I'm just grateful that that he is taking time to me to come back and and sit with me and and talk, so. Yeah, it hurt as far as not hey, what happened or this, this, that, and the other, and he wouldn't say,
He didn't
what
wanna
he did.
give the he didn't wanna give you the answer that you wanted to give.
Right?
Forget he wanted
Yeah,
to that. Yeah, how did
yeah.
that make you feel that day? Did you still feel like did you feel a void for a while? Like, 'cause he didn't wanna address it at all?
Um, I you know what I everything everything that he wanted to talk about, my mother already talked to me about it.
But that
So
was her side, you
yeah,
know?
yeah, that was her side, but
Yeah.
yeah, he would never, he would never, he
Mm.
would never,
Okay.
So I just had to let it, just had to let it go and keep it moving, yeah. Back in the day, I used to, worry about that stuff, and want to find out why, but I just had to give it to him and and let him deal with it, so yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
No, but thank you for sharing that. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you getting your perspective on that.
Yeah.
That's very important.
I know
And
it's
I was
hard.
yeah, it
Yeah.
is hard. Yeah. I'm good. I'm listening, Price. Go ahead.
I know it's hard. Some people, they want to know, why, and and but sometimes, you just have to get what you can get and keep it
Yeah.
moving,
Right.
yeah, I was never the one that wanted to harp on stuff because at the end of the day, if you continue to harp on stuff like that, it's no good for you,
Sure.
you
Right.
know
Right. Because you
especially for
can't
your
force certain
mental.
things to happen. You can't, as much as you want certain conversations to happen or,
Yeah.
certain type of relationships, you can't force it. You have to
No, no.
yeah, you have to get to the point of acceptance and
Yeah.
just do your own healing journey from there,
Yeah.
take it from
Yeah.
there. So I get it. But how
Yeah.
did your daughters deal with it? Because I've always, because I didn't really get a relationship with my dad until about
Gosh.
like 19 or 20, but we would,
Mm-hmm.
from there, we had a closeness until he
Right.
died a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So what about because but I wish that I grew up a daddy's girl. I always want to have that type of persona. So
Right.
how was it for
Yeah.
your sisters?
Um, I was um I was raised by my mother's mother and father, and so my sister Carol, she was raised by my grandfather's mother, and my younger sister was raised by my father's mother and father. So
Why you
um
always separated?
my mother, she was dealing with uh she was dealing with um I wouldn't say demons, but she was dealing with
Mental health issues?
um drinking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so at that point she felt like she couldn't, work. Yeah, I think I told you this in church. Um, she had went to her mother and father and said that, hey, somebody touched her, and then she was really, my mother really loved her father, and so for her father not to believe her, yeah,
Oh,
that made her fate, made her feel a certain type of way, and so
mm,
she always felt that grudge. So she always, she was always, always drinking to try to, but yeah, so
oh, I'm sorry.
yeah, but
Mm,
you know. she did the best she could, and finally, after she got herself together, she brought all three of us together, and so
Okay.
yeah, but
So she
uh,
she was able to she was able to get become more
yeah, independent as
you
far
know,
as you,
you know,
yeah,
so like she was able to get it together basically.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yep. And so, to your question, my sister Carol, she was closer to my father than any of us, and so Adrian, she was close to, but again, I think that my father would probably talk to my sister Carol more so than he would talk to me or my younger sister Adrian. So yeah,
Mm.
so sometimes we get together and me and my two sisters, we get together and say, hey, do you remember this? And then my sister Carrie would say, oh yeah, this, that. And I said, oh, okay, that makes sense. Or my sister Adrian would say something, so yeah,
Oh, okay. And
yeah,
so, before we go any further, I want to ask you something because you mentioned
hmm,
about your sister Carol being closer to your dad. So,
yeah,
I know you mentioned about how you didn't get the answer that you wanted from your father about
right.
his presence in your lives. Did he
Hmm.
share anything with your sister? Do you know? Did he share anything with her?
Um,
Did he confide in her in that way?
I think that I think he did in a sense, but I don't. But she, we would talk, but she wouldn't. I guess she wouldn't get. I guess I never asked her about the details. To be
Okay.
honest with you, yeah, maybe she did, and I don't remember. But yeah, but I know that them two were closer than me and Adrian.
Okay.
So yeah,
No, I was just wondering. I was just curious about that.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So now we got into like a little bit into the family history and the
yeah.
dynamics, right? So
Hmm.
now I want to get into the childhood memories. Like, did you listen to any type of music, or did you have memories of dancing around in the living room, or
Hmm.
raiding the fridge, or
Right.
have any memories of the cousins and the kids coming over, playing out in the street till lights came on? Like, give me some of those memories, those childhood memories.
Well, what I want to say is that every Saturday we always cleaned up. My mother loved Aretha Franklin,
Okay.
so then
Yes.
she had the vinyl. She had the vinyls, so we had the record player and put the vinyl on there, and then we knew once that Aretha Franklin came on, it's time to clean up.
Okay.
No,
Good. Good.
no, yeah, no ifs, ands, or buts. Aretha Franklin, Al Green. We
Ah,
grew up. We
ah,
grew up on all the old school music.
yes, yes,
Yeah, so
love it.
yeah, once my mother played that music, hey, it was time for us to get
It was
up.
time.
Yep, and get it. So hey, it was like I say, it was good times. And I do it today. I get up, play music, clean up. It just bring me back to closer to her. So yeah,
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you for that. Yeah, but
Hmm.
let me before we go any further, I want to acknowledge my girl, Miss Stevie. Yeah, he said, she said hey to you as well. I don't know if you're able to read the comments or not. Yeah,
No.
but yeah, my Miss Stevie. Oh, thank you. She said she's gonna start calling my fans faithfuls. Okay. I like that. Thank you, Miss Stevie. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for being here, Miss Stevie. I appreciate that. Yeah, so now so you gave us a bit of memory. So now I want to get into the elementary and junior high school phase. I want to get
Hmm.
just that, I'd like to get more into that because a lot of people don't
Hmm.
talk about that, that part of their lives, if you
Hmm.
can remember that far back. Because I mean, I know you're still young and all, but I want to see how far we could go, with
Yeah.
elementary, junior high school, like when we
Hmm.
talk about, puberty,
Yeah.
acne, humping in the staircase, and I like to say that part. I'm sorry, but the price. I'm sorry. I see your face. But I like to bring up the humping in the staircase. I don't know. That's just a memory for me that I just can't. I can't help bringing up. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Don't be telling pastor I said the humping
No.
in the staircase. Don't be telling that. Yeah, but
Oh
just give me
man.
some of that, like, because that's a whole when I talk about elementary, junior high school to a lot of my
Hmm.
guests, I enjoy the responses that I get because
Yeah.
they talk about the self-discovery and Like, were you a shy kid, popular kid,
Mhm.
cool kid?
Yeah.
Um, did you hump on the staircase?
Mm-mm.
He said, you don't gotta be ashamed. I mean,
No.
we
Mm-mm.
had our share of
Yeah.
little curious things we used to do in the
Yeah.
staircase. I mean, the
Yeah.
staircase, you went to the staircase for a lot of other things, but the price don't have to be. I'm trying to get you in trouble. He's like, "Oh no, you ain't gonna get me. You ain't gonna get me." Okay, so what was junior high and elementary school like for you then? Let me not give it. Let me let you give it to me.
Um, 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 Pretty much good, shy kid, just wanted,
I could tell
wanted
you
to
were
have
shy.
friends.
Yeah,
Yeah. And basically I enjoyed school, from elementary to high school, play football.
oh, you play
Um,
football. Okay,
yeah, play football,
what
Cooley.
position?
Yeah, Cooley High School, tight end.
No,
So
tight end. Okay, so
yeah.
not don't not go to high school yet. Let's focus. I want to do like just
Oh,
elementary and junior high school for now.
oh,
Mhm.
yeah, just yeah. So just yeah, everyday kid, just get up and either walk to school or catch, yeah, um, yeah, not walk to school, but yeah, get a
Mhm.
ride to school.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, but and elementary, it was fun times. I really don't remember much, but it was basically just going to school and just having fun,
Mm, right,
learning.
right,
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I
right.
was just a shy kid. I just wanted to, just go some, just go do what I need to do and go home. That's basically,
Right. I
yeah,
hear you.
yeah.
Yeah, so I always bring that up about that because a lot of people, like I said, elementary, junior high school, that like I
Hmm.
said, nobody really talks about that self-discovery because
Right.
that's when you, like I said, that's when you get into learn about your anatomy, the testosterone, and
Hmm.
you building your social skills. I know you say you were
Yeah.
shy at first, but
Hmm.
as you gotten older, I know that you've kind of been a little bit more engaging or whatever. So
Right.
that's why I always want to bring that up. And you said, did you play sports? So
Hmm.
that's another a good trait as well.
Yeah.
And so were you good at the sport? Was you good at football?
Yeah. I was pretty good. The one thing that I hated was that when I went to high school is that I didn't get a chance to go to
Varsity?
not varsity, but I didn't get a chance to go to what I want to say football camp because
Oh,
we yeah
that's what
because
you
we
wanted to
didn't
do?
yeah we didn't have the money, so I was asking and
Oh,
crying for the money, right? and
oh,
then and then my coach said, Coach Thomas, he said, "Hey, what happened to you?" I said, "Man, I didn't have the money." He said, "You should have said something. I would have paid for it."
see?
Yeah, but I was a young kid, didn't know. I didn't know, you
Oh,
know.
God.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, no telling. Yeah,
Right, exactly. So,
yeah,
yeah, so that's one of your regrets, huh?
yeah. That's yep. Hey, back in the day, everybody, back. My parents is born like 1945, and so my grandfather, basically I stayed with him and my grandmother. So basically he paid for everything, So my grandmother, if she wanted to work, she worked. If she didn't have to. And so back then, if you wanted, if you wanted to do something, you really didn't, back then I didn't know, what was credit, you know. Back
Right,
then, yeah, back then it was like,
right. You didn't have that
yeah.
financial literacy. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. So, I was just like, hey, if I ask for it, I think I should get it, but they didn't have the money
Oh.
yeah. So, hey,
But I'm saying, but if he's saying, okay, if he said, you said your coach that said
right.
that.
Yeah.
So if he's saying that he could have paid for it, why didn't he approach you about it before?
Well,
Why didn't he do that?
yeah, to be honest with you, everything was going so smooth that he didn't think that, that I wasn't going to
Oh,
go.
that you wasn't. Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Because I
yeah.
would think that like if you was like so athletically if you was that
Yeah.
athletic and you were so
Yeah.
good at it that he would be like,
Yeah.
Price. I mean, are you able to go to football camp? I mean,
Right, I
maybe
understand.
that
Yep.
conversation would have been had already,
Right.
So you
Yep.
would have offered, like, oh, like I got you. So
Yep.
yeah, I just wish that conversation. You see how
Yeah, me too.
communication works. You see how communication, you know, it would take you so far in life. You just communicate,
That's it. That's
We,
it.
we all have to learn that. We
Yeah,
all,
we all have to learn
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, that's a lesson.
Yeah.
That's a lesson. Yeah, but now I know we wanted to get into high school. What high school you said you went to again? What was it?
Cooley High.
Cooley High?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there is a Cooley High. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, there really is one. Oh, I thought it was a fictitious school, from the oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, what was that like for you? Let me hear about because that's high school
Right.
was a whole nother level of self-discovery. So can you get into what you discovered about yourself in high school?
Still shy.
Still shy. Okay.
Yeah. Basically was going to school and then doing the football thing, but other than that, that was about it. Yeah. Girls didn't see me back then, and I,
No,
I and I didn't have the conversation or the gift of gab to even approach anybody like that. So I just basically
right.
just kept to myself. Yep.
Oh,
So
so
yeah.
they didn't pay you any attention, huh?
No.
He said, "Aw." So,
No.
I know you said that you didn't make it to football camp, but did you still
Right.
play football in high school? Did you still play?
After that, no, we just basically we did football out in the street.
Oh,
We
okay.
was yeah, we was playing streets. Yeah, so I stayed on Monte Vista. We played Apple Line. And then after we beat Apple Line, then we beat and then we go to the next street, So that's how we used to do. So
Well,
yeah.
Apple Line, is that a neighborhood?
That's the name of the street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we just
Okay.
played, yeah, whatever street, yeah, whoever wanted to play, we just meet them up at a certain spot, and we just play. So that's all we had. Yeah, yeah.
All right. So Price, so what are some other than that, like what are some of the other things that you did in high school? Did you join any other groups or were you did you get into more extracurricular activities? Did you work part-time? Like, give me some other high school memories that you can think of.
Um, oh shoot. No. Only thing I did was just went to school and played ball, and that was it. Um, yeah, and tried to stay out of trouble.
Saturday.
Yeah,
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 yeah. 'Cause I know you was
yeah.
like, were you pressured into getting in any trouble?
Um, uh, uh, yeah, I know in what was it elementary? I was running back and forth home a lot,
Wow, what was chasing
because I
you?
was never I was you know I was raised by five women, and so my father wasn't there. My grandfather, he was there, but he wasn't there, so I didn't have no one to
Mm,
teach me
yeah.
yeah, how to fight or anything like that. So
Uh,
one day my I got ran home, and my father was there, and basically he said, hey, if you're not gonna fight them, then you can come on inside, and I'll fight you. So I ended up having to fight
I had to
that
fight.
day. Yeah, that day.
Yeah.
But I'm not. Yeah, I'd rather just talk to you than fight you.
Right.
But
Yeah,
back
you
then,
yeah.
the kids were gonna be kids. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, because I think your wife was talking about how she had a bully and I almost cursed him out. I was like, I don't
yeah,
know where you are, dude.
yeah,
First of all, you a boy fighting a girl, you punk.
yeah.
I was ti- I you should I don't know you so I shout out to Nicole McGraw, our
Hmm.
Price's wife. I interviewed with her couple of months ago, and so she was talking about the bully that she had, and
Yeah,
she had to confront him, and I was just like, I really hope that one day she would come face to face with him,
yeah, yeah,
and let him know how you really
yeah,
how they felt about that, because I
yeah.
mean, I tell you, because I just don't like when because I know growing up, I don't know if it's with you, but it's the same for you, Price. But growing up, I just didn't like when you go to your parents or your grandparents about bullying, about
Yeah.
it bothering you, and they
Right.
make it seem like it's normal, like it's okay, like,
Uh,
that's what they do, kids will be kids. Like you said,
right.
kids will be kids can be cruel, but they don't
Right.
do much about it. And it's like, okay, I understand you want us to fight, but I don't want that to be the resort, the first thing we
Right.
do. You
Yeah.
know, I just feel like you need to step in and be more protective
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
understand that bullying is not okay. So, but
I
did you have that type of dismissiveness from your parents and grandparents?
I never, I never, bring it to him. I did have one bully that we used to fight all the time. No, matter of fact, he used to bully me all the time till I got fed up with it, and then I just had to
And you
just,
do had to put hands on them,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And
Mhm.
then I saw him probably about a couple of years later. He was across the street, and he came over and said, "Hey, man, I'm sorry, for what I did, And so, hey, it's all about forgiveness,
Yes,
And so I forgave him. I said, "Hey, man, no problem," And I just kept moving, So, yeah,
got you. Yeah,
yeah.
so which one is you here? I mean, I can't really, I was trying to zoom it in, but which one is you? Is it which one is
Oh
you?
Lord. It should be the one with the afro. I
Oh,
can't
this
see
one.
that far. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, because I was trying to zoom it in, I was
yeah,
like,
yeah. The
yeah.
one with that, yeah, I believe it's the one with the big afro.
You say you don't even know. But
Yeah, I can't see that picture,
yeah,
girl.
yeah. So so whichever one you are in this picture, can you talk to that young version of yourself and and where you are right now, and what would you tell him, that young
Uh,
boy?
what would I tell him? Hey, you've been through a lot, and thank God that you had a grandmother who came and picked you up every day to go to church, even though you didn't want to go to church. But I'm just grateful that that I did have that in my life, and she's the only one who my grandmother Marie, only one who actually came and picked us up to take us to church, every Sunday, regardless if we wanted to go or not, we went. And so I'm just, appreciative of that, because if I think that if I didn't have that, I don't know where I would be at right now, because all the everything that my mother went through, my father, my grandfather, my grandmother, everybody was a drinker.
Mm,
And so and that's, when they go through stuff, that's what they go, that's they go to, my aunts, my uncles, we used to party all the time, and and we always saw the good, the bad, the ugly with that, so I'm just grateful that that she came and picked us up and took us to church, so
okay,
that's what I would tell them. I'm just grateful that, that she put God in our lives. So yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, thank you for that.
yeah,
Yeah, I like to indulge people a little bit, try to get into their younger selves. So I like to have
yeah.
that. Yeah. So now let me ask you this. So when it comes to um, is there anything else you want to share? Like before I continue, is there
Mhm.
anything else that you want to share in regards to high school before we go further?
Yeah, I was just a boring kid. Yeah,
You said a
you
boring
know,
kid.
yeah, just a boring kid. I didn't get in. Yeah, I didn't get in. Hardly. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, that's all right. No, boring is
Yeah.
good. Yeah, boring is
Yeah.
good. Don't let nobody tell you different because that you just sometimes you just got to drink your water and mind your business. So I
Yeah. Yeah.
understand.
Yeah. Stay out of trouble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Hmm.
So now let me ask you, Price. So right after high school, what did you do right after?
Um, start working.
Well, where?
I worked for Bing Steel. Yeah,
What,
probably. Hmm.
what's that? What
Bing
company?
Steel. He used to play for the Detroit Pistons, so he got his own I guess his plant, his steel plant
Oh,
that
okay.
yeah that he he got a contract with like Chrysler, Ford, or GM. So we would ship steel over to them. So yeah, that was my first job for like for the first 7, I guess 7 to 10 years. I was
Oh, you've been there for a
working
long
there.
you've been there for a while.
Yeah, I was there for a while. Yeah, as soon as I got out of high school. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. And
Mhm.
so let me ask you, so in between that time that you was working, and, you had to make a living, and you paying your
Mhm.
bills, living your life, um, so what was it like as far as between your work life and your personal life? Did you have a personal life at that time? What were you doing at that time? Did you have a personal life?
Well, when I was working, when I was working for Bing Steel, I believe I was still working, living with my mother at the time. Maybe I
Okay.
think, yeah, I think within a couple of years, and then after that, I got my first apartment. Then after I got my first apartment, then I was still working. I believe I was still working for Bing Steel. Yeah, so yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, yeah, yeah. Didn't know how to back then. It wasn't no back then it was like you had a checkbook. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I ain't even know how to write a checkbook to pay my rent. So I had to my mother had to show me how to do that. So I learned how to cook. Because I was just just ready to move on. So
Right, right. So you
yeah,
had to get the tools. So she taught you the proper tools that you
yeah,
needed to be
yeah,
self-sufficient.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
now let me ask you, so, like, as you started to become self-sufficient and you started to really get into some adulting things, you started adult we call it, we call it
Mm-hmm.
adulting, you
Yeah.
know? And so when you start that phase of your life, how much of your father's presence did you felt that you needed at that time, Price? And I want you to think about that. How
Mm-hmm.
much of your father's presence? Because as a man, a man's presence, a strong male figure,
Mm-hmm.
to me, I think is needed. So how much of it that you think that you needed at that time?
Um, when I was working at Bing Steel, they had all the men at all the men at this one particular table. So I will always sit in the back and listen to what
Mhm.
to what they was talking about. And so that's mainly where I got all my information from. I didn't
Okay.
my father, like you say, he wouldn't
So
talk
you
about.
so you had other male figures.
Yeah,
So you did have some male figures.
yeah.
I know you mentioned your grandfather,
Hmm.
but you had other male figures in your life.
Yeah.
So because I want to get into, because I was saying before how much of the gentleman qualities that you have that I've
Hmm.
noticed since getting to know you. So
Hmm.
where did that all come from?
Um, Mainly it came from my mother, two sisters, my grandmother, and great grandmother. Yeah, so they put that in me. My grandfather tried to put his morals in me, but it was too late.
Oh, got
So
you.
yeah, so they
Mhm.
basically raised me to know how to treat a woman. What to do and what not to do. So that's basically where I got it from.
All
Yeah.
right, and good
Mhm.
job to them. Good job to them.
Mhm.
And so now, before you got married, what did you what was your dating life like? I'm trying to get a little messy here.
Oh,
What
okay.
I did, you know?
Yeah. Again, I was, I would go to the clubs and stuff, and I would, ask you to dance, but I didn't,
Was it was it was
I didn't have no conversation back then.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, you were
I
still
would,
shy, like you were still.
yeah, didn't know what to say, you
Oh,
know,
okay.
yeah, how to get the number or nothing. So I
Oh, you
just,
ain't know how to get the number. That's funny. You didn't know how to get the number. So, but let me ask you this, Brother Price. So, how did you get her number? Like, how
oh,
did you how
yeah,
did you get her number?
yeah, yeah. Oh, um, I saw her in church one day, and and I I think somebody texted me her telephone number, and then I called.
Oh, wait, but let me. Okay, so but price. Don't. You getting a little bit vague. If you want to tell the story, you got to give me some details of your love story. Now, don't leave everything out. You know. Okay, you say you started going to. You started attending the Christian Church East Point, right? Is that what you're talking
Right.
about?
Yeah.
Okay, and so you saw this woman. Go
Right.
ahead. Now, give me the nitty gritty.
I saw her. I didn't know who she was.
Uh-huh.
Yep, I saw the back of her. I didn't never see the
Oh,
front of her. I just saw the back
that's
of her.
all you needed to see,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah. And and yeah, so I believe somebody texted me her telephone number. I called her and then I asked her, "Hey, do you want to go out?" She said yes. So 9 years later. Yeah.
Oh, don't say,
Yeah.
but you just okay again, brother Price. Let's not you skipping over stuff again. Because I know it wasn't just the rest just say it's history. No, I want to get into I love to hear, I'm sorry. I love to hear
Mhm.
love stories. So you got her number,
Yeah.
you asked her out.
Yeah.
Where did you go out? How long did you date?
Oh.
How did you propose?
Oh.
I want to get all the stuff. I want to get all of that.
Oh. Oh. So the first date, she had came over to the house. I was barbecuing, so we ended up eating. So we ended up doing some hot dogs or something. I'm not. Yeah, I believe it was hot dogs. So end up doing that. So then after that, start going. Start taking her. Taking her out to get something to eat, and then
Y'all started courting, yes.
yeah, start courting. Yeah. Then after that, then um, probably about a year later. Yeah, it's probably about a year later. I asked her, but she won't let this down. But I end up getting her. I end up asking her. Right. End up asking her to marry me at Burger King.
Burger King?
Yeah, Burger King parking lot. And
Burger King
so
parking lot?
yeah.
Why there? That's not very romantic.
I know, but I guess I was so excited, and
Oh,
so
goodness.
yeah, so she said yes, but she never, she never let that
Yeah,
down.
I
So
wouldn't either.
yeah, so yeah, and so I 5 years after that, then the church that the old church I asked Pastor Rand, I said, "Hey man, would you renew our vows?" He said, "Yeah." And
Oh,
so, I got on one knee and said, "Hey, would you
okay,
marry
so
me
you right that
again?"
time.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, and yeah, so, but it wasn't, yeah, she won't let that down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wouldn't either.
yeah.
I mean, and I just got through talk about I was giving you praises about how much of a gentleman you are, and I'm like, that's what you did? That's what you did? Oh, come on,
Yeah.
Price.
I would just say, I know I was excited, wasn't thinking. So,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness. Yeah, so let me ask you, so what made her the one?
I guess uh, it was just it was it's just I guess the way that she carried herself for one, and then for two, she's not a weak woman. She's a very strong woman, and I'm the the knuckleheads that I was dealing with. you know um yeah, so I didn't think that I wanted a strong woman. I thought that it was okay to have a woman that this other side of woman that I think that that I thought that I wanted. But with
Mm,
her, hey, she gonna push you until you can't stand it. But I guess that's a good thing, because most men, we don't like to be pushed.
mhm,
So I'm grateful that she pushed me at times, to where I don't think that I want to be pushed, but she pushed me anyway. And at the end of the day, that she wants you to be great. on on what you do. So yeah, it's a blessing. You know,
Yes.
yeah,
And you
yeah,
have a built-in family as well because you became a father in the process. So,
yeah, yeah,
within the marriage, you became a father. Did you
yeah,
always want to be a father?
yeah, yeah.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how did shout out to Raina, is it Raina and Jasmine, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
How did they receive you?
Oh, pretty. Yeah. Um, no disrespect. She wasn't gonna have it anyway.
Right.
And so yeah. I, like you say, I love them as my daughters. And so, I appreciate that. And then, yeah. So it's a good thing.
Right,
So
right,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. So
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, thank you
yeah.
for sharing. And
Mm-hmm.
so I want to get into your journey as a truck driver because
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to always want to talk to a truck driver. So I'm glad that
Mm-hmm.
you're here. So I want to get into that experience. How did you be first of all, how did you become one? How did that even start for you? And I want to get more into, the
Mm-hmm.
day of the life because we take for granted how rigorous it is to be a
Yeah.
driver and you're on the
Yeah.
road so much. So can you get us the journey of
Yeah.
how it started for you?
Well, after being still, I he was either truck driver or a sheriff, and so
Oh, okay.
yeah, so I talked to I got a cousin staying in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and so I talked to him, and he's a truck driver, so he basically said, yeah, just go get your CDL license, and so that's
Okay.
what I did. Yeah, I went on and got my CDL license.
Is that
Uh,
hard to do?
I went through I went through a college. So I went through what I want to say, Wayne State Community College out in
Mhm.
Dearborn, Michigan. So I went through them through CRST. That's who was given the um, uh, for the trucking company. And so basically I went through them. They showed me how to drive. They showed me how to get my you gotta take your test. So they showed me how to get familiar with the test, and um so so I did that, and 26 years later,
Wow, 26 years. Wow,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
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 okay, so can you tell me, what was it like I said, can you get us more
yeah,
into how, what your routine is? Give me a little bit of the day in the life, like I said, give me a little bit
yeah.
more of a inside look or
Hmm.
inside view of that experience, what it's like, how does it start for you?
Hmm.
You have to, you get your sign load, like, is it loading, unload?
Hmm.
Like, you give us a little bit more into that.
Well, if you get, once get your CDL license, then you go work for a trucking company, and then after you start working for the trucking company, you got a fleet manager. You talk to your fleet manager to see, if y'all gonna, vibe together, work together, because you got to work together as one, for you to make your money. And so basically here, hey, yeah, I like you, you like me, and then you go get your truck. Then once you get your truck, then he started, giving you routes, where to go pick up, where to go drop off. And so basically, you do that. You either stay out, some stay out a week, some stay out 2 weeks, some stay out 3 weeks, some stay out a month, some stay out a month and a half. Some
Wow.
stay out 2 months. It all depends.
Mm,
Back when I was driving, they was only paying 26 cents a mile, and that wasn't no money.
mm-mm.
That's almost like working for Burger King. But
Right, right,
yeah, so after 4 years, then they'll put you up to maybe 50 cents a mile. And that's still no money, but
right.
it's better. So yeah, the trucking industry now, is um yeah. I
Is it
really
all
don't.
is it all
Yeah.
what is cracked up to be? Like, when they say, like, you could get, like, quite a, you could accumulate income, like, is it really the way they say it is?
Um.
Financially,
If
financial-wise?
yeah, if you're 18 years old and starting now, and you still living at home,
Mm,
giving mom a couple of
right, right.
dollars, and
Mhm.
you stay there, for 4 years, you'll have some money in the bank. But if you got a family, and you trying to stay out a month, and thank God that you got a woman that is not gonna go out there and cheat on you or nothing like that, so that you can stay out, a month at a time, and so that you can make the money that you can make, make the money that you need to make, to provide for your family. But it's a lot of horror stories out there, to the point where, there's a lot of men that come home and they don't say they coming home, and they get to the
Mm.
door, they open the door, they go in the bedroom and they see the guy next door.
Ooh,
Yeah, and
yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah, and so he just closed the door, get in his truck, and he never come back home.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's a blessing, what I mean, to have actually,
I wanna come home to,
a
yeah.
woman, yeah, a woman that you can come home to where that you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about her messing up no money. She's doing what she needs to do. But it's not a lot of money, but it's money to where you've been out, a whole month, and finally get home, and then you only going to be home for a week, and then after a week, then you got to go back out, So yeah,
It's a
it's a
lot.
lot.
It's strenuous, yeah. Because
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, price. So let me ask you this, because I want to get more into like when you're on the road, like what is your routine? Like you get your assignment,
Hmm.
your routes and everything, and
Hmm.
what you need to pick up. And so during the time that you're on the road, like I know you gotta, there's a time where you gotta shower, you gotta stretch, you gotta
Yeah.
exercise, you gotta
Hmm.
keep that blood flowing.
Hmm.
Because because you're on the road, like you're driving, and that's you gotta definitely be on point with that because you have a
Hmm.
lot of unfortunately, you have a lot of drivers who, fall asleep behind the wheel and get to so many accidents, and so you gotta
Right.
so how do you maintain your well-being, overall doing this?
They a lot of people, they see the loves, they see the TAs, they see the pilots. That's basically where we go to eat.
What's
That's
TA?
base TA's the truck stop.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so when you're traveling, you'll see these truck stops, big truck stops. Pilot, all of them got showers. So basically, once you fuel with your car, then sorry, phone about to die. Um, so basically, um, once you swipe your fuel card, you get points, and then once you get your points, then you can get you something to eat, or you get free showers. So that's where you take your shower at. You're done for the day. You did your 10, 11 hours. You're done. You go park. You go get your clothes that you're gonna wear. You go in there, take your shower. If you need to wash your clothes, you can wash your clothes, and then once you do all that, then you go eat. Then after you eat, you go back to your truck, and then hey, you play with your phone. You listen to YouTube or whatever, and
Mhm.
then you go to sleep and get ready for the next day.
Yeah, so, do you have like, does your wife or your daughters come on the road with you sometimes?
Nah,
Oh, they don't
nah,
do that? No?
nah. Mm-mm. No, Nicole went with me one time. I had a delivery here in Atlanta, and her and the dog went with me. And
Oh, wow, not oh, the
yeah,
dog too?
yeah, the dog too. Yeah, and so hey, we dropped. I dropped the load off. We came back. She said, I'm never doing that again.
Oh,
she said, she said, I don't even see how. She said, I don't even know how you do it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so yeah, so how do you, because I just wanna get more into, like, because I know it's hard to kinda break down because each route is different.
yeah.
So that's why I wanted to get more of a breakdown of
Hmm.
how, because I know you said you get paid by the mile,
Right.
and, depends on how long you've been there.
Right.
And what do you pick up? What do you load or unload? What are some of the things that you um
Oh. I go from dry van, It's like your cereals, your anything that you see in the grocery store that we bring. Freezer. I used to do yeah, freezer. So
Mhm.
refrigeration. And so anything that you go to the ice cream aisle, the
Okay.
vegetables, whatever you see in the grocery store,
That's what you
that's what we bring. Yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, now what are some of the challenges? I know 'cause, like,
Mm-hmm.
I see some, like, content, of different, drivers who
Mm-hmm.
share their experience, so what are some of the challenges that you face, on the road? What are some of the challenges, what are
Um,
common
well,
ones?
the main one is loneliness.
Oh, yeah,
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 because
yeah.
you really don't have nobody to talk to. It's almost like you're in a 4x4,
Yeah, yeah.
sale. Yeah. So basically, you either listen to the music or you listen to YouTube. You might get a call, say, "Hey, how you doing? I'm thinking about you." And then that's pretty much that's yeah. The loneliness is it. As far as being out in the road. Some you got a lot of time to think.
And
You
what do
got
you
a
think
lot of time to think.
what do you think about?
Everyday life, what is this the what you gonna do after this, you
Mhm,
know
mhm.
yeah, it's you can yeah, you can you got so much time to think. It's crazy,
Yeah,
because when
right.
somebody calls you, they gonna talk to you about 5 minutes, no
But
later than 10 minutes, and after that, then then you back, thinking about, you're thinking about home, you're thinking about, you know uh what you're missing out on. They You see couples, you riding down the freeway, you see in the movie theater, you see people holding hands, going to the theater. You're missing that.
aw,
Yeah, you see water, you're missing, going fishing, or it's just a whole bunch of stuff
yeah,
that
those
you
right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
so
yes, absolutely, yeah, thank you for
mhm,
sharing that because I can
yeah,
imagine. Yeah, I can
yeah,
imagine. And
yeah,
that's what I said, so I really, appreciate that because we take so much for granted,
yeah,
in certain
yeah,
jobs, and, so that goes to show how important each job is and what
mhm,
people have to endure to,
right.
get the job done. So what are some of the pros about truck driving? What are some of the highlights, some of the positives?
Well, the positive is that, hey, you don't have to worry about nobody looking behind your back. Hey, the only thing that you worried about is making it, picking up on time and dropping off on time. That's the only
Right.
thing. Yeah, that's it. You don't got to worry about no supervisor and nobody over you saying, this, that, and the other. So that's the good part about it, is that, the second thing is that, you got a lot of time to think. So think about, what you want to do, after this. Do you want to go to school? Do you want to start your business? What is it that, that you want to, what you want to do? And then another positive is basically getting out here talking to other truck drivers, to
Well,
just,
okay. Yes.
yeah,
And so
yeah,
they get you yeah, so how yeah, so you at least you get to interact with some people.
yeah,
Yeah. So,
yeah.
let me ask you one thing, Price. I wanna know, what can you remember, like, one 'cause none of us are perfect, so there
Mm-hmm.
are times you make certain mistakes. So,
Mm-hmm.
what was, one of the mistakes that you made on your job, and how did you recover from it,
Mm. Yeah, my motto is come to work, work, and go home.
So
I
you never, like,
never
never screwed up anything and it backfired, no?
mm, I yeah,
Oh, okay, well,
yeah. So
right.
whatever they gave me, I did, and
Alright.
I never, yeah, um,
Oh, kudos to you.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, excuse me. He's like, "No, and I didn't no, that wasn't me. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Back then, to be totally honest with you, back then, it was a word called AIDS. Yeah, and so if you catch that, it don't make no sense to even
I
come
wasn't
home.
but I wasn't talking about that though, but okay.
Oh, okay.
I was no, I was
Oh,
talking
okay.
about
Oh,
that.
okay.
I was talking about did you I wasn't trying to get you in trouble
No,
again.
no,
No. Oh, that's funny. I was just talking about, did you ever mistake, as far as your job, did
oh
you ever make a
no,
mistake on your job
no.
that caused a backfire? Like, did you take a wrong route, or did you do something like a mistake
Oh,
like that as far as your work goes?
well, uh, one, I forgot where I was at. Um, it was basically, it was a street, and then it was you either go straight or you make a left. So I ended up making this left, and it said right there, no trucks.
Oh,
Yeah, and so I made that left, and I looked up. I was on top of the mountain, and
a
so
mountain.
yeah. Instead of I believe I was trying to go to Walmart, but I somehow I got messed up. I made that left. I went all the way up the mountain, and it wasn't a way to turn. And so I asked the guy. I said, "Hey, man." He said, "Man, hey, just back up, and you see where that tree is." I'm like, "Yeah." He says, "Try to." I end up having to back all the way back down to where I started.
Ooh, that is scary.
Hey, but guess what? I never did it again, though.
No, you gotta
No,
you better follow those signs.
yeah,
You better follow those signs. Oh my goodness.
yeah,
Oh, oh. All
yeah.
right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So when you all right, so what was the longest route you took? What was the longest route you had to
From
go?
when I first got started, when I first got my first got on with CRST. I think my first assignment was going to California.
Mm.
And so I went, and I'd never been out to Detroit. So I went from Detroit all the way to California. And that was probably make me took about 2, 3 days to get down there. But, you know, I enjoyed it because I ain't never seen, it was summertime. It was beautiful, get a chance to see, see all the Utah,
Mm.
the beautiful mountains and stuff. So yeah, it was yeah, so yeah. So
Oh,
yeah.
so that's the longest assignment, 2 or 3 days at the whole 26 years you've been on the job?
Basically, yeah, I went from all the way from Detroit to Vermont. I'd never been to North Dakota, South Dakota. Finally went there. I didn't know black folks live there until I went to a Walmart, and then I saw a black girl and her mama there. I said, "Hey, I didn't know black people live out here." They're like, "Yeah." So I've been to every state. Yeah. So
What was your
yeah.
longest assignment? What was your longest? Was it a week, 2 weeks? Like, what was the longest um
Oh,
stretch? What was your longest stretch?
um, California. Yeah. About
No,
yeah.
price. How long? I'm sorry. How long? Like, what was the longest
Oh,
stretch? Like, was it a week, 2 weeks? What was the longest stretch you had throughout your whole career? What was your longest stretch you had?
you
Was
mean
it
as
a
far as staying out?
yeah,
Oh, month and a half.
month and a half? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's long.
Yeah. Because you can't make no money being home every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I stay out a month. Yeah. I went with Nicole a month and a half. Yeah. But
And, and how long is your downtime before you go back on the road again?
probably about a week.
And you have to go right back out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, is there anything else we missed? I want to make sure we get some certain highlights about truck
Yeah.
driving. So, is anything else you want to add in regards to that?
It's a fun career. It's good to
It was
have.
fun.
Yeah, it's good to have your CDL license. Because you
That's
can.
true.
Yeah, because you can basically drive anything. And then to get your CDL license, being brand new, they want you to do the 4 seasons. Once you do the 4 seasons, then hey, you can come back to Atlanta, Detroit, wherever, and get a local job and be home every day. So that's a good,
Mm,
yeah, so that's a good thing about it, to where you don't even have to be out there, but you know, but most of these companies they want you to, deal with They want you to deal with the winter. They want you to deal with the rain. They want you to deal with the summer. And so if you get all of that, you come back, it's nothing.
Right.
Yeah. So, but
Okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
But okay, but I'm glad that you was able to maintain,
Yeah.
that career for as long. So when you
Yeah.
plan on retiring? When you plan on retiring?
Um. Yeah. Yeah. What Nicole say? Yeah. When it's time to, when God say it's time to come home.
Oh, okay. All right. Whatever that is, whatever that means. Okay.
Keep on working.
Keep on working
Keep on working.
until the
Yeah.
wheels until the wheels fall off, huh?
Till the wheels fall off. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I hope that the people in the audience will be able to get somewhat of an
Yeah.
outlook on what
Yeah.
that experience is. So I thank you so much for sharing that price. So
Hmm.
now I want you to share um, how this came about. Um, this book, Men Are Dumb. How did this come
Yeah.
about? Men Are Dumb, why they cheat and how to understand them. So let's get
Yeah.
into that part because I
Yeah.
know you're going to make a lot of men mad. You're going to make them mad. So let's get into this. Like, how did this come about?
Well, I was back in the truck, and then
Oh, in the truck.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, right. And then God say, "Hey, won't you write a book?" I said, "Okay. Well, what am I writing? What am I writing about?" And he say, "Hey, men are dumb." And the reason why I said men are dumb is because um the it's in the Bible, it talks about the Ten Commandments. Thou shalt not steal, kill, or fornicate. You know, so most men don't realize that the foresight of a woman. To be honest with you, they think they're getting away with something, but they're not.
Mhm.
They can see you, they can hear you, they can smell you, they can,
Mhm.
they can taste you, you know. And so, that's mainly the reason why that I wrote the book is because of that, to let them know that, hey, you know, um, um, what you had in the past. Most men think, what they had in the past, you know, uh, that that they can, get that with the new woman that they got now, in which the woman that they have now doesn't do what the woman in the past did. And so by him doing, so now he's thinking, um, we all got, what I want to say, we all got, um, what I want to say,
Skeletons.
not skeletons, but
Mhm.
choices.
Mm.
So that choice is, um, do you want to deal, do you want to deal with, the woman that that I guess the new woman that you have now, she's not going to do what the old did, and so you have a choice. That choice is to, either deal with the new, or just
Make it
leave,
work.
yeah, or make it work because she's going to tell you who she is, you know, and so yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
it, yeah, yeah,
no. Okay. Yeah. So let me. Okay. So I get your perspective as far as you saying like when it comes to the whole idea of men being dumb, seeing
yeah,
that they think that the grass is always greener
either
and
on yeah,
they're
yeah,
yeah, and they don't have the ability to truly understand
right,
how much work it takes to
yeah,
maintain a
yeah,
solid relationship with
right,
someone. And
yeah.
so why do they cheat in your own perspective? Why do men cheat?
They're not getting what they want to get, and I think that you know the former woman did everything for him, you know, but the new one is not going to do nearly none of that. And so, and then he goes back to his mind and say, well, since she's not going to do this, then I'm going to go back over here and try to get this. But the bad part about that is that, um, um, the woman that he has now, would do anything for him, you know. But
Mhm.
yeah, but you know, I don't know. I- This is just I wrote it because certain things that I won't do. You know, and one thing is that I don't believe in believe in cheating at all.
Right. Right, don't do it.
Whatever.
That's right.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
whatever I got, I got.
Yes.
Yeah, and so and I already knew what she gonna do and what she's not gonna do, and so I'm not gonna go back over here and then say, hey, can you help me out over here? Even though I know that she ain't gonna help me out over here. So I just and then too, hey, I always say this too, God is always watching you,
Yes.
so um and I don't, and every knee should bow and every tongue will confess. And once I get up there, I don't want that
You
coming.
wanna face that. Mhm. Yeah.
I do
Yes.
not want, I don't
You don't want
because
the wrath. You don't want the
right,
wrath.
right.
Yeah,
It's
I get it.
that Jim Carrey movie, where he was always being watched. I don't, we always being watched, always, and so I just feel like hey, that it shouldn't be done. That and you know women do it too. But mainly we always get caught. So so yeah,
Yeah, so how do
yeah,
we understand them? Because I know that was one of the, that was part of the, title.
yeah.
How do we understand them?
How do we understand them? Um, Communication, for one. We as men, we don't like talk. We don't like to talk. And then when we do talk, we just hope and pray that you listen. But communication is one. You know, that's and so just talk. Just and if you feel a certain way, it's nothing wrong with it's talking it through, instead of you know trying to go over here, and do something that you shouldn't be doing. So
Got you.
yeah, yeah.
So overall, in a nutshell, Price, what are the main key takeaways that you want them to take from this book, um, um, when they purchase it, and when they what are some of the key takeaways from the book?
Well, the key takeaway is that anytime that you're in a relationship, it takes two. You know, the thing is communication. The thing is that um, uh, uh, we as men, not boys, but we as men need to, if we're gonna, to date you, you know what I mean, to get to know you, you know, um, I feel that once we get to know you and see what type of personality that you are, then I know what I'm getting. And so by me knowing what I'm getting, hey, it's up to me, to either go forward or I'm not. A lot of women get hurt all the time because they put their heart, their mind, heart, and soul into a relationship to 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 get you know something that she's already done seen. Like again, most, and the reason why I said men are dumb because they don't know that a woman got a third eye. They don't know that they got a smell. They can smell you from the car. You know, I don't know why they think that they can he can put two perfumes together and not think that she's not going to smell it. You know, he don't wash his clothes. You know,
It's
and
just all
so right,
just reeking of that person. It's just all up in the house. Yeah,
right, yeah,
just dumb. Yeah, that is
yeah,
dumb. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
So
yeah, right. So what
mm-hmm,
Price is telling you guys, and women, men and women, just to make sure you have an understanding. First of all, when you before you enter into a
right,
union, you got to make sure you're clear about your intentions.
right,
Because nowadays, not and it's
mm-hmm,
not that I condone it, but there's a lot
right,
of open marriages,
mm-hmm,
polygamy, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
If that's something that you want to do, be clear about that. And
Mhm.
if that person does not want that, don't make them believe that you're
Mhm.
okay with it if you're not.
Right.
Be
Right.
clear about your intentions. If you
Be
don't have that
clear.
compatibility,
Mhm.
that's so important to put things on the table
Mhm.
because if you even think about cheating in any way, shape, or form, um, communicate first, like Brother Price said,
Mhm.
communicate. And if you feel like you have to take it there or you can't resist, be done with the marriage first. At least move on from that situation.
Mhm.
Don't just, because infidelity is never okay under any
Mhm.
circumstances.
No.
I don't condone it.
Mm-mm.
I don't like it at all. There's no
Mm-mm.
excuse for it. And
Mm-mm.
it's not a mistake, it's a choice. Because people like
Right.
to, say
Mhm.
I made a mistake. No,
Mhm.
you made a
Mhm.
choice.
You made a choice.
So
Yeah.
right. So I
Yeah.
just wanna just make sure that I insert that as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, make sure that you purchase the book, support Prices and Author. All the information is gonna be in the description box of where you can go to order, the book on Amazon. So make sure you check out the book called Men Are Dumb, and so you can have a better perspective on what price is coming from, right?
Amen.
Alright, so
Amen.
yeah, thank you so much for that. And now I wanna also talk about this here, 'cause you designed something that's so innovative and so smart and so dope. So I wanna make sure that we talk about this design right here that you
Mhm.
have this, and I hope you got it patented, by the way. I hope you trademarked it. I hope you got patented because you don't want nobody to steal this
Right.
because this is so awesome where,
Yeah.
like when, are you a biker?
No, I'm not. Eventually, I'm looking into taking a class.
Oh, okay. Because I was
Mhm.
wondering, like, I'm like, is Price
Yeah.
Price motorcycles? Yeah, but I think this is such a great idea.
Yes.
Price has designed this jacket. I don't know if I was hoping I'll be able to make it a little bit bigger, or you can see it a little bit better that way. It's a motorcycle jacket that has all the functions of a car or a motorcycle. Like if you want to do a right turn, left turn. Look, you
Mhm.
talk about it. You talk about it, Price.
Yeah. One day I was coming. One day I was just midnight. I guess I was leaving Atlanta, and then God says, "Look over there." And I looked, and He said, "What do you see?" I said, "I just see a motorcycle." He said, "Do you see him?" I said, "No." He said, "So what do you think?" And so that's when I came up with the light up motorcycle jacket, to where that at nighttime they could be seen, because at nighttime only thing that you see is their brake lights.
Yeah.
Some
Yes.
drivers, some motorcycle drivers, they like the loud muffler. Some of them like the quiet muffler, and so it's and so yeah, it's something that I'm looking for grants right now for it, so that I can get you know so I can get it out there. But yeah, that's the reason why I came up with that. And then, to be honest with you, it's probably be 5 or 6 years in the making. I've been holding on to it,
Wow.
yeah, because I've been driving for 26 years. I never seen, out of the 26 years that I've been driving, at nighttime especially, I do see motorcycles. I never see them light up, not their
Mhm.
jackets or nothing. So I say to myself, hey, you know, um, God has given, uh, God has planted a seed into each and every one of us, and he wants to see that seed grow, you know and sometimes he get mad at us because we not using what he's given us.
It's
and
true.
so and so now it's like, you know what, hey, I'm just gonna, I go to the library every day, I do my research. And so
Nice.
yeah, so now, now I'm looking for grants to help me get this out here, for the safety, of the
Yes.
drivers.
Yes.
I came up with another one for the women too. So I gotta, so I just been praying every day that God give me the strength that I need, or bring the people around me that I need, um yeah, that's it. To bring, to give me the strength, or give me the I got the motivation, but
Yes.
give me the strength, and give me the knowledge, on what I need to do to get this out there, you know so
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And so give us one of some of the features here. Give us some of like the highlight features of
Well,
what it.
of course I wanted the helmet to be lit up, the jacket to be lit up. Then I will always want the left turn signal, right turn signal is basically on Bluetooth to where you can actually use your phone,
Bluetooth.
to
Mhm.
yeah, so that you can on your phone you can hit, if you at the stoplight, you can hit left and then it'll blink left or blink right. The main thing for the jacket is just for the cars or the four-wheelers to be able to see the person that's sitting in front of them, because sometimes, when you're looking down, you're not paying attention, and
Right.
then yeah,
Hmm.
and then here it is, you hitting this motorcycle because you didn't see it. So that's majority, yeah, of the
Yeah.
yeah, the reason why, yeah. And then
Yeah. So you
also,
definitely got to. Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And then also, I'm trying to do t-shirts and hoodies too.
Yes.
So yeah, that's some I'm working on that right now. I should have the t-shirts and hoodies um um should be out by next week. I feel that with the t-shirts and hoodies, that would help me, try to raise the money that I need to try to get the
Right. True.
jackets and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I
So
think that this is I mean, a great idea, and I love
yeah,
it. And so I'm hoping, like I said, I hope that you went through the process of patenting this because
yeah,
the last thing
yeah,
you want to do, because people will
yeah,
just take this idea and they will
yeah,
make millions off of it, and you won't
yeah,
see a penny. And I do not want that for you. I
yeah.
really don't. So please make sure I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna send this to some people that I've interviewed with,
Okay,
who are geniuses in marketing,
okay.
and branding, and
Mm-hmm.
this is something that you need, and
Yeah,
they will definitely be able to put you on to ways to market this and do it the right way, give you step by step
yeah,
tools and resources that you need. So I'm gonna definitely reach out to a couple of
yeah.
people as
I
well to
I appreciate that. Yeah, because all
absolutely.
yeah, I need my family.
Yes, you need the support. So, and then
I
if you all live, anybody who's listening to this, whether you're listening to this in real time right now or on a replay, or looking in the bushes, please like try to help a brother out. Whether you want to reach out to me, or DM me, or you could DM Price. Like I said, all of his information is going to be in the description box underneath this video. So please reach out to Price if you are willing to offer any type of help that to get this on the market. So please make sure that you collaborate with him on that.
yeah, I
We
appreciate
definitely want to
that.
get this out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So anything else you have going on that you want to share with the people?
Hey, I'm just trying to live right. I'm
Hmm.
trying to do right. I make sure that, hey, I'm not crossing no white line. Yeah, and I'm just living. Hey, I'm just out here just trying to do, like everybody else, just trying to pay bills.
Everybody,
So.
tell me about it.
Hey.
Any other projects? Any other businesses you got going on?
Nope, that's mainly it. I'm just trying
Okay.
to get this jacket. I'm just trying to get this
Yes.
jacket out there,
Yeah, get
man.
the yeah, you need to. Yes, absolutely. Imma definitely,
Yeah.
hopefully, I'll get you together with some people, so
All right.
definitely. But
All
in
right.
the meantime, Price, I wanna have a little fun with you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I like to, play a little game called This or That,
Mm-hmm.
alright?
Mm-hmm.
Here they come, yo. Here they come.
You got a kick out of that one, huh? Yeah, so This or That. So, this is a game I love to play, I enjoy. I come
Mm-hmm.
up with random stuff. It don't have to be anything in particular, and you
Okay.
have to choose one or the other. You can't plead the fifth. You can't say both.
Mm-hmm.
Either this or that. All right.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
All right. So, and let me ask you this, Brother Price, before because I'm a music lover. So a lot of
Mm-hmm.
this stuff I put out there is related to music.
Okay.
So do you listen to secular music still, like certain
Mm-hmm.
types of R&B and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Good. All right. I just want to make sure. Now, relish or sauerkraut?
Sauerkraut.
All right. All right. So, ice cream or frozen yogurt?
Ice cream.
Okay. And what is your favorite ice cream, by the way? What's your favorite flavor?
Vanilla.
Vanilla. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yes. plain. You so plain.
Superman.
What was it?
Superman.
What's Superman? What's that?
Huh?
You said Superman?
Yeah.
What?
It's just like a whole bunch of flavors all added to one. They just
That's
call
what
it
it's called?
Superman.
That's what it's
Huh?
called? That's not my, that's what, I didn't know. I didn't know that was called that. I'm like, what? Super, what? Okay, you okay? And so you mentioned Aretha Franklin. So Aretha Franklin or Patti LaBelle?
Aretha Franklin.
Okay, now since we okay, you went there. Now, oh, you I know you're being biased, but that's okay. Okay, that's all right. Now, which song like so? Do you Rock Steady by Aretha Franklin or New Attitude by Patti LaBelle? You remember how it go? Remember how the songs go?
You said
Rock Steady,
Rock
Rock.
Steady. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Rock Steady.
okay, now Scarface or Goodfellas?
Scarface.
Did you watch? Did you see both movies?
Yeah.
Okay, I
Mhm.
want to make sure. Okay,
Mhm.
all right. Goodfellas is my favorite.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Um, let's see. Let's see. Motorcycle or trucking?
Oh man. Oh man, that's a tough one there. Um, I would go with riding. I would go with
Mo-
yeah,
Motorcycle.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because you know what, with the with riding a bike and then trucking, you know you still got time to think. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you like to think a lot, huh? You just
yeah.
said you like to think. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
get it. Okay, so the Temptations or the Four Tops.
Temptations.
Oh, you said that real quick. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the Supremes or the Vandellas.
Supremes.
Yeah, I'm old. I'm the old school. I like old school. I like old school. Okay. All right. So, oh, here we go. Lionel Richie or Charlie Wilson.
Lionel Richie.
Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
so, let's see. Okay. I got it. I don't know, like the gospel artists that you're familiar with, but I'm gonna just try it anyway. I'm gonna throw it
Mm-hmm.
out there. Um, Ricky Dillard or Donald Lawrence.
Ricky Dillard.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now to Timothy Wright or James Cleveland.
James Cleveland. I grew up
Okay.
on him. Yeah.
You grew up on him. What is your
Mm-hmm.
favorite James Cleveland song?
Oh shoot. Oh yeah, you got me on that one. I don't feel no way. I think that's the name of it.
I
Yeah.
don't feel no it's tired. Go ahead, finish it. I want that's one of my favorites too. Go ahead, finish it. I
Oh, I don't know that. I don't know the rest.
no waste time.
Yeah.
I come too far
Far
from where I
from
started.
it from.
Come on, nobody told me. Come on.
Nope. Nobody told
The
me
road be easy.
that the road would be
I gotta take you
easy.
far.
I won't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
Sure, you better go ahead now, Bryce. You better go ahead. Yeah, that was good. I like that.
All
You
right.
played
Oh
well.
man.
Yeah. That was good. That was good. Yeah, so now these are these are two final questions I'd like to
Mm-hmm.
ask before
Mm-hmm.
we wrap up. And I love the answers that I get. So I'm looking forward to getting your answers. So now, if you had the opportunity to have five people at the CDA table, dead or alive, who would they be and why? And I need the why for each person that you choose. Okay.
Oh, God for one. Yeah.
And I need to know why. Even though I know, I mean,
Yeah, yeah. He's ahead of my life, so yeah. So he definitely gonna be there. My mother, for for trusting and believing in me. My my mother, Arlene McGraw. My grandmother, Willie Mae Ferguson. She trusted and believed in me too. When I didn't believe in myself. So. Um, uh, my great grandmother, Nancy Marie Wilson. Same
Oh, that was
thing.
Ashley Wilson? Oh, wow.
Hmm. So
Yeah, okay.
yeah, so basically, um, so yeah,
Was
I
that 5?
just one
You said
uh
God. You said God, your mother,
mother,
your
yeah,
grandmother.
yeah, that's four. Um,
No, that was
uh,
that's 3. It was the God, your mother, your grandmother, and
yeah,
what
my
was the 4th
my
one?
my great grandmother,
Oh, that was the 4th one? Okay.
uh-huh,
I
and
didn't know.
then and then I can say I had two grandfathers. So um my grandfather, Fern Hill, that was his name. Um he was, uh what I want to say. He was trying to get me out there to, to do lawns and stuff. So I guess that was my first time starting my own
Look,
business back
got
then.
you.
Yeah,
Just being
yeah,
self-employed. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
Mhm.
now, who would get the big piece of chicken and why?
I think my mother would yeah,
The
get
big
that,
piece.
yeah, because she said, anything that you put your mind to, you can do, and that
Amen.
always stuck with me, So yeah, and then we can always close the door and just talk about people, and or if I'm going through something at that time, we close the door and then she'd say, hey, this is what I'm thinking, and so. Yeah. So.
Nice, nice. I love
Mhm.
that. Yeah,
Mhm.
thank you for that. All right,
Mhm.
and so this final question I like to take, this comes from the late James Lipton from inside the actor studio. So, Price McGraw, when you enter into the pearly gates, what would you want God to say?
Um, welcome, my good and faithful servant.
Ah, thank you. I get that a lot, and I like it. I like it. Yep, simple enough. So I thank you so much, Price. I mean, you really gave us a lot of gems, and actually, this is the most I've known about you for the whole time we know each other. This is the most I've heard you speak to me. You know, this is like the most in depth conversation we ever had, and I
Right.
appreciate that so much that
Mhm.
that you took the time to share everything that
Yeah.
you shared with me
Mhm.
between your upbringing, your family life,
Mhm.
your career as a truck driver, now author, um, and marketing this jacket. So just all these things you got going on. So
Mhm.
I appreciate you sharing that with me. And I just
Yeah.
want to give you your flowers, overall. You deserve
Oh,
your
thank
flowers.
you. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. So any final words for us before we end here?
I just want to thank you for the shout out. I was kind of nervous about it, but I said, you know what? Hey, I'm just gonna give it to God and keep it moving.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
then,
You
yeah,
do.
and thank you for your audience. For listening to me. And so I just, it's been truly been a blessing, and hopefully this not the last time.
Oh, no, you better no, 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 absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I was saying to Pastor as well that I'm looking forward to having some panel discussions in the near
Mm-hmm.
future, you
Okay.
know. And so hopefully, we get that going. And once that happens, then I'll make
Mm-hmm.
sure that I definitely reach out to you,
Yeah.
when I come. So yeah, definitely, absolutely. But
Yeah. We
ladies and
definitely need
gentlemen,
it.
yeah, absolutely, we definitely need that dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Price McGraw, y'all.
Yeah.
Brother
Thank you
Price
so much.
McGraw.
Thank
Yes.
you.
God bless you. See you tomorrow.
All right.
All right, that was Brother Price McGraw in the building. So I really thank you so much. I thank you so much for being here and taking the time to share his journey with us on our piece of platform. And so I thank you. I thank him so much. Thank you so much for receiving him. Thank you so much for being a part of this, being supportive. And please make sure that you purchase his book, Men Are Dumb. Make sure that you just kind of take some gems with you. If you're looking to start a business or you're looking into the truck driver business, at least you get a glimpse of what it's like and reach out to him. You can reach out to him and get more information. He's been true to this for 26 years. So if you want to, if you're considering that, that's the person that you need to discuss those things with. And also, um, those of you out there, he mentioned about needing support and sponsorship to get this motorcycle jacket on the ground. So please reach out to him, please, or reach out to me and just let us know serious if you're really serious about supporting supporting that venture, please reach out, and I'm gonna make sure that I do the same as well. So just thank you so much for being in the building, being present with us today. And so and I look forward to being with y'all, spending some time with you again. Then I'm going to if I don't hear from you again until next Wednesday, Wednesday the 27th, I'm going to have Juan King Rivera of the Royal Couch. He's a social media director and also the host of the Royal Couch. So I'm looking forward to having King in the building on the 27th. That is at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you're there for that. Um, and make sure you support me. I'm like I said, my YouTube versary is coming up, 1 year YouTube versary. So I'm looking forward to engaging with you guys. And I really want you guys to come to celebrate with me. I'm gonna have the flyer up this week. So please, support a sister on that. I appreciate it because it happened. This happened because of you guys, being able um to do this thing, for me to be even testifying the fact that it's been a year so far is crazy to me, right? So thank you so much for being here with us. And in the meantime,